Hey there, Oz Du Soleil here with Excel TV, and I'm here with Rick Grantham, and we're just back from the ModelOFF Championship that was held in New York City just last week. And what you're about to see is a 2-hour video of the final ceremony. Rick, what can you say about that?
Sure. So this ceremony happened just hours after the finalists took a 4.5-hour exam, a 4.5-hour test where they were doing head-to-head battle. So you're seeing them. They're probably going to look a little exhausted. They've been working on this for hours. The first voice that you're going to hear at the very beginning is our own Oz Du Soleil, who worked as color commentator for the ModelOFF, the 2014 Financial Modeling World Championship. You'll also see John Persico, who served as MC. John Persico is one of the founders and one of the owners of ModelOFF. Now, through this, what you're going to see is introductions of the 16 finalists. Oz will play a large role in that. You'll also see videos that were sent in from around the world, from Russia to Hong Kong, from all over the world, wishing, family and friends wishing the finalists the best of luck. You'll also see a live challenge, which will come next. That live challenge is something called Excel Golf. Now, with Excel Golf, the finalists were in a competition to see how they could solve an Excel problem using the fewest number of keystrokes. So that's very interesting as well. And then finally, this is all completed with the crowning of the Financial Modeling World Champion for 2014. So stay tuned.
All right. Welcome to the Microsoft New York offices for World Finals of ModelOFF 2014. 6 weeks ago, 4,000 contenders across the globe entered a battle that tested their financial modeling skills and experience. But there's one added dimension: the clock. And how fitting that in Times Square it was the time that separated the contenders from what ultimately became these 16 who are the best of the best of the best. This afternoon, we honor these true champions, and in spite of their modesty, they are all true Excel spreadsheet titans. And you will soon get to meet and adore each one. But first, your host, John, the Lumberjack Persico!
Oh my name's John Persico. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and I'm one of the founders of ModelOFF. The ModelOFF is the 2014 Financial Modeling World Championship. It was founded in 2012, so this is the 3rd year of the competition. What on earth is ModelOFF? ModelOFF is the largest finance, investment and Excel competition in the world. We have nearly 4,000 people participating annually in an international competition from 103 countries to determine really who are some of the best financial analysis professionals in the world. It is a highly prestigious competition entered into by many people who work in actuarial, investment banking, big 4 firms, industry, and many other professionals, typically between the ages of 18 to 40 years old, the majority of professionals entering the competition. We're delighted to have today stream live from around the world for thousands of people on Twitch TV, Fora TV and Excel TV. And it's terrific to have, later on today, we're going to be witnessing a live ModelOFF in the room, which is why a number of people have come this evening to see it live from New York City at the Microsoft offices. Before we kick off today, I'd just like to take a moment, because big events like this don't just happen on their own. They happen with the generous support of a number of leading financial and industry firms throughout the world. I'd like to start by thanking Microsoft for their support of the ModelOFF over the past 3 years. Excel is practiced by more than 800 million people throughout the world, which is quite extraordinary, and a lot of people don't know that next year is the 30-year anniversary of Microsoft Excel, probably make it one of the most extraordinary software products ever released. Microsoft's support of us as a ModelOFF community has been extraordinary. They have flown out, many of our community participants throughout the world, to Microsoft offices in Seattle for product sessions. They had product sessions with the finalists yesterday, and their ongoing financial support and also community support online makes an enormous contribution for making the competition possible. A lot of people don't realise that Microsoft Excel is a tool that allows many of these finalists here today to make a living. They put bread on the table, they could fulfil their dreams, they could create analytical possibilities only because of Microsoft Excel. We're delighted to have them here today, and I think a round of applause for making the competition possible. I'd like to also thank Intralinks, who've been an amazing new partner for the competition this year. Anyone who works in due diligence, M&A, any CFO, anyone who works in a transactional environment would have heard of Intralinks. And the reason being is because they power 99% of the top 500 Fortune companies around the world. They provide virtual data room services, and they also provide secure and collaborative solutions for the financial services industry. So Intralinks has done an amazing job, including yesterday they sent all the participants on a helicopter ride over New York City, which is pretty cool. And they're also sponsoring $30,000 cash prize for the winner of the ModelOFF 2014. Intralinks is an extraordinary company. We're incredibly privileged to have them, and we hope you support them with your own services, in your own activities, in your own communities. But a big round of applause for Intralinks, because they really did make the competition possible this year. It's very hard to imagine a world without S&P Capital IQ, who also kindly give us a judge, Kiel de France. Their access to real-time data, to millions of companies around the world, analytical solutions and research is absolutely world-class, and it is very difficult to imagine a world of finance without S&P Capital IQ. So we thank you for your ongoing commitment to excellence and to making sure that we, as decision makers in finance, have the right information to make great decisions and capitalise on growth opportunities. These people don't need to be pitched on knowledge is power, but you genuinely do provide that. Kiel, so thank you to you and S&P Capital IQ. Kaplan is one of many. Five of the 16 finalists this year are actually CFA charter holders, and apart from supporting the CFA charter, the FRM, CAIA, and a number of other finance designations, everyone in finance is familiar with Kaplan's outstanding educational contributions they make, and it's quite extraordinary the reach that Kaplan has throughout the world in finance education. They really do. They have probably done more finance education than anyone else in the world. So we're delighted to have Kaplan here. And if there's any students or young professionals here interested in the CFA designation, you can probably speak to some of the finalists afterwards and have a chat to them about their experiences, and also some of the Kaplan people here. But it's terrific to have them. So thank you, Kaplan. Cheers. A&T Training joins us today. They've been with us from the start. A&T trains 80% of the world's leading investment banks with financial modelling and also with valuations training. They're truly world class, and they were the first sponsor we ever had for ModelOFF, because we said if we're going to run a world class competition, we've got to have a world class financial training partner. And they're just exceptional to have around. They've got a great culture. They get behind our local meetups throughout the world. And a big round of applause to have Ed here today from A&T Training, but also to A&T for being with us today. We're very fortunate today to have Richard Warnelid here from Australia to be here. Corality is a financial modelling specialist firm. Corality writes a lot of the work solutions that many of you have enjoyed on the ModelOFF website. One of the principles we have for running ModelOFF is that it's about celebrating analytical education. And Corality is our learning partner. They're a world-class firm, and we're delighted to have Richard here to support us for this event and ongoing support as a learning partner of the championship. So we thank you, Corality, and we thank you, Richard. Thank you. We're going to be hearing from Hackerrank a little bit later on, but Hackerrank, many of you may not have heard of Hackerrank, but Hackerrank actually supports not just ModelOFF, that's the actual platform that you do ModelOFF on, but also the other two World Championships that we also run, the Big Data Analytics World Championship and also the Loyalty and Gamification World Championship. They are a world-class platform. They've got a great culture, and we look forward to running many more exciting World Championship competitions with the Hackerrank team. We'll hear from them later on. To the Bloomberg Institute, who have constantly supported us. This was the first year we actually didn't run the training, the actual finals examination at Bloomberg. but they've got the Bloomberg aptitude test, which for anyone who's a young student here or anyone who's a graduate looking to get into finance, the Bloomberg aptitude test is outstanding. It's created by the Bloomberg Institute. It helps you get a career in finance, and they do a great job supporting us and helping us build such a great incredible competition. So we thank Bloomberg as well. Cheers. And finally, Elton Honours. A lot of the people who work in transactional environments, you know, you get like little deal toys like these. They look really good and they're sexy for your tombstones. That's your Elton Honours. And then they've got a great culture and a great community, and they support us with all our World Championship events that we run. And that's a final round of applause, but I'd just like to thank them for supporting the competition. And we've got this terrific looking trophy here today with the keyboard on top, which will be giving away later on for the first prize, $30,000 winner. So thanks to Eltrum for supporting us for the competition. Now we'd just like to run through quickly the order of today's ceremony. So today we'll get the opportunity to meet the finalists, some keynote addresses from leaders in finance in New York. We'll recap round 1 and round 2, what the finalists have gone through. We'll see a live modelling challenge from the top 16 world participants. We'll actually see what the finals question were today in the 4.5 hours of testing this morning, and we'll announce the winners of the ceremony and the world champion for this year. The social hashtag for today will be ModelOFF if you're into Twitter, Facebook and LinkedIn. And I'd now like to call upon the 3 judges, if they could just come up the front. I'd just like to introduce them. It's Mr. Patrick O'Byrne, if Patrick just puts his hand up. From Ireland, and one of the world leading authorities in spreadsheet risk. Patrick is very highly regarded throughout the world as being a leader, and we're absolutely delighted to have you here, Patrick, as a new judge this year, and we hope you're having a lot of fun. So, a round of applause for Patrick. Kilda France is one of the great young talents in the world, and is the financial modelling head of America's of S&P Capital IQ, which is not a small feat. You're an exceptional talent. You've been here from the start, and thanks for inspiring us to dream bigger with this competition, Keel, and S&P as well. So thank you very much for your kindness. Finally, Mr. Bill Jelen, Mr. Excel, 9-time Microsoft MVP, one of the most extraordinary Excel individuals in the world. It was only fitting that when we first launched ModelOFF, we said we have to go for the stars, and we went for Bill. And there's no bigger name in the world than Bill Jelen and the Mr. Excel Forum and his passion for Excel. You all know him. You probably get photos with him after, and he's extraordinary. So just a big round of applause to have Bill here flying. I'd now like to introduce Mr. Oz de Soleil, who's going to introduce the finalists. I might just get Patrick to stay up here. Patrick just wants to stay up here. And we'll start meeting the finalists.
Hello. Thanks for being here. And all right, so we have our first group of 4. Darmwood, the Diamond, Early. Alvin Willing Wu, Mr. Energy, Peter Swin, and Hillary Smart London, the defending champion. Can you come? I have some questions for you. All right. Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Let's ask Darmwood. You've been in the U.S. for how long?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. And you've been in Ireland, right? You're from Ireland, right? And there are no snakes in Ireland. So, have you seen a real snake yet?
Not in New York.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot. Oh.
Congratulations.
Alvin. Alvin, in your profile it says you were looking to be world champion of something, and it would be in Excel. Well, why are you looking to be world champion of something?
Everyone wants to be.
Okay, all right, very Nietzschean. All right, yeah. our overman here, everybody. And Mr. Energy Peter Swin, you said that that Excel can solve all of life's problems. Now, how do you keep the kids out of his yard with Excel? You don't know. See? Okay, all right, yes. Later. He will tell us later.
That's next year's question.
Okay, all right. And the defending champion, Hillary London Smart. Now, when there's a Super Bowl victory, it's common for the U.S. president to call the team. Now, if you repeat, who from the royal family do you want to get a phone call from?
I'd love to speak to Prince George, I think.
Prince George. All right. Excellent. All right. All right. Well, thank you, our first four contestants, and we will meet all 16. So, and next, the video. Yes. Okay. We're going to watch a video.
Hey baby, we're so proud of you that you made it to the finals. We love you and we're rooting for you.
This is a message for Charlie. Even though you did once rate my Excel skills as 1 out of 10, I'm so happy and proud to be here supporting you in the finals today.
How's it going? We just want to wish you all the best for ModelOFF. Here's some wishes for you.
Hey yo, super homie, it's your boy Sick Dog coming at you live from Auckland, wishing you all the best in this competition. I don't know what it is that you're doing, but I know that you're damn good at it. You're like, have fun. I look forward to your speech.
Good morning, New York. I'm reporting to you live from the ModelOFF Championships at the Microsoft Building in New York. At this stage, there's a fierce competition at the moment. The finals are going strong, and there's one clear leader of the pack. His name is Christu. Christu is from South Africa and known to his competitors as Captain Christu. Christu is noted to be fast, fierce, and exceptional at Excel. Christu, your family and friends are standing behind you and looking forward to you bringing this trophy home. We're all rooting for you. To the competitors, good luck out there. It seems like Christu's got this one in the bag. That's it from me out here in the field. See you soon.
You're the best, Tim. Good luck. See you on the other side.
To the finest analytical brain in the world, good luck!
Good luck, Dim. You're an inspiration to the next generation. Hey, Dim. Good luck from Cancun. Beautiful Cancun.
Dim, I'm on the train at the moment. It's Saturday night, and I'm on the way to ModelOFF. I know it's early, but I want to make sure that I get a good seat. I'm not the only one. You look around, everybody on this train is on their way to ModelOFF.
Hey, Dim, Phil. Good luck tomorrow. If you can run the World Cup tournament, you can win this thing.
Good luck.
Hello, Owen. Wishing you all the best for the ModelOFF finals. And good luck. We are cheering you on from New Zealand. Good daddy.
Hey Pete, I'll be cheering for you all the way from Sydney. Enjoy your time there, good luck and have fun.
Good luck in New York, Charlie. We're thinking of you back in London and can't wait to hear all about it.
You're a real estate rock star, Charlie. You're going to do great.
Hi Willem, surprise! I'm very proud of you that you made it to the finals. Normally if you're in a competition, I'm cheering for you at the finish line. But unfortunately it's not allowed here, so I'll have to do it like this. Go Willem, you can get them, you're the best. Love you.
Dimonchik, you're very talented and you deserve to win. You're amazing and I'm very proud of you. Good luck.
Hi Dima, you are the best. You should win. We believe in you. We hope that your great analytical skills will help you to be the first. And we know that all boys and girls in Russia dream to be as you.
Dima, hi. I hope you had a safe flight to New York. I want you to know that all your friends are really proud of you. We think that you have already achieved a lot in your life. However, we also know that this is just the beginning of a big journey. I don't know any other person in this world who deserves to win more than you. Good luck.
Dimonchuk, if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. You're the best. We believe in you. Good luck.
Hi, Ines. This is on our morning run, and you think that I am taking pictures, but I'm hiding behind a rock, so... But I just want to say that I am so proud of you for making it to the finals of the ModelOFF competition, and I think that you can make it all the way. Good luck, I love you, and I'm so proud of you. Bye. Good
luck! Hi, Levi! Hi, Levi! Good luck! We love you, Levi. Love you. I love you, Levi. This is the only group in your family that know how to take a video with their phones. We wish you all the very best and good luck with the competition. Good luck! Good luck! You say good luck?
All right, so let's see. Numbers, Nick Sanford. Come on, all right. Anoop, the thinker, Argawal. Leviathan, Levi Bailey. And the captain, Christo Kritzinger. All right. But Captain.
Four tallest.
Captain. Are you really Clark Kent?
Of course not. That's ridiculous.
You studied carbon nanostructured materials. This sounds like somebody trying to figure out how to nullify kryptonite. I don't believe you. All right. Leviathan Lee Bailey. Levi Bailey. All right. The BG set out a situation for us. We can look the other way, or we can try to understand New York Times' effect on man. Now, can you begin a financial model to figure that out?
I guess we can program anything for yours if you specify it correctly for us.
Ah, yes. That's the right answer. Did you get that? All right. Thank you. Anoop. Okay, so our Facebook page with Excel TV has just gone nuts. All of these people liking Anoop's pictures and commenting and everything, and I'm wondering, you, this Indian rock star or something, what did you do to these people?
I made them believe that anybody can come here. Yeah.
All right. You made them believe. That's right. It's like the Wizard of Oz, right? He made them believe. The Wizard of India, everybody. All right. And numbers, Nick Sanford. And you mentioned that you like good coffee. So, if you were to win the $30,000, what would be the right coffee to go get?
Anything in Italy.
Anything in Italy. All right, would you take some people with you?
Sure.
All right, yes! All right, well, thank you. All right, and good luck to you all. Now, John.
I'd now like to call upon Mr. Dan Mayo and Mr. Matt Albanese, who are going to share a little bit more information about round one and round two, and what allowed the finalists to get here today.
Hello all. So I'm Matt from Hackerrank. We're delighted to be partnered with the ModelOFF team since its inception. And just a little bit about how we got here today. So ModelOFF kicked off just over a month and a half ago. And round one involved just under 4,000 of the world's brightest who participated in a fierce competition with the 2-hour event simulcast around the world live. Where the participants had to do a number of things, including download case studies, build models, and come back and answer, as well as upload their models and multiple choice questions. From that round, the top competitors were moved on to a secondary round, and from them, here we have the final 16. Dan?
Thanks, Matt. So, the first round was broken up into 4 parts. It was done over 2 hours simultaneously by everyone online. So section A was just multiple choice theory and practice questions, where we're testing some general accounting knowledge, some questions about you know how Excel does this, does that. And then there were 3 case studies people were charged with building. We gave them some information, and it was much like a university assignment might be, where their task was to take this case study information that described a situation, and they had to go build a model to represent that situation, and then answer a series of questions where they had to read off the values of a correct model in order to get it. So section B was precise net modelling, self-evident. This really tested their ability to model debt facilities, a very, very common and important core skill in financial modelling. Section C, smart meter. This was a question that was framed around, you were given some raw data, and in this case it was related to energy usage that you might read from a smart meter. But it was all garbled, and the task involved a lot of data cleansing and then data analysing. Again, an important core skill for analysts. Section D, snakes and ladders. This was a bit of a problem-solving question. So people were given a board of a snakes and ladders game, I think chutes and ladders is what it's typically called in the USA, and had to simulate from if you were to roll a dice and simulate this with Excel and play out the game a whole series of times, what the different outcomes would be. What's the advantage of going first? How many turns would it take you to finish? And tested their sort of out-of-the-box problem-solving skills. That was round 1, and from that we took the top performers who qualified for round 2. 2 weeks later, another 2 hours testing. Round 2, Jelen. Next slide, sorry. Thank you. Again, started with multiple choice theory and practice. Much like round 1, but a little bit harder questions, a little bit deeper theory. Time is money was the next question. And this was, again, another case study question that was built around and...
Real nominal.
Real nominal, thank you, Joe, and exchange rates. So, yeah, given some a situation that involves some cross-border companies, cross-border transactions, and you know, where you make your forecasts in real terms, and then different inflation figures give you different outcomes, and they had to build a model around that. Stepping up was essentially around stepping up to the plate to correct a model, to audit a model. Often as a financial analyst, you inherit someone else's work, a colleague, someone who's left the company, or a client who's done something and says, look, can you help me with this? And you know, the models sometimes have bugs, you need to find them, and this was a question that was framed around looking at a provided model, finding all the errors, fixing them, and getting it to a working state. Section D, Purple City. And again, this was another problem-solving question, testing not only sort of can you apply your traditional skills to new areas, but this one you had to really think a bit about what's the best way to solve this question. It's not something you would have learned. This was around preparing a timetable for a competition such as the Football World Cup, or the Soccer World Cup, or the Cricket World Cup, which is coming up in Australia and New Zealand next year. So we had teams from all over the world coming to play games in different cities within a country, and we had a whole lot of questions around the travel costs. And the task was to take the raw data about the date and the times of the games and build up some budgets for the travel budgets for the teams. So it was a good challenge,
all that was done in about 2 hours. Tremendous job for the people who got through it. And we were able to identify our top 16 superstars who qualified to be here today through that.
All right. Mr. Excel and I will do the last two groups. Right. So let's... We have Michael Cricketer Clark, Linus Leverage Lund, the Rocket, Dimitri Kaysen, and the veteran Joseph Lau. This says Joseph. Question. You mentioned that you got stuck for 10 minutes during one of the rounds, but you're here in one of the final 16. What lesson did you come away with that?
The main lesson is that my wife is very supportive, and she just made some supporting noises and went upstairs and prayed for me and didn't bother me anymore.
All right. And from what I hear, yeah, happy wife, happy life. So that's the testimony. And Michael Cricketer Clark. Now, you said that you didn't want to start thinking about $30,000 before you actually get it. Right? But just close your eyes and dream a little bit. What would you do with $30,000?
Not really sure. All I know is I probably want some sleep first, I think, after today.
$30,000 hotel room. Get some sleep.
Maybe next week.
Okay. All right. The tap dancer. Michael Tap Dancer Clark, everybody. And Dimitri, the Rocket. Now, 2 years ago, you said that what you hoped for was to get all the girls. Now, did that work out?
Well, actually, it wasn't what I said. I said that Excel really helps with the ladies. Which is completely true, by the way.
Yeah. All right. And one thing about Dimitri, his profile is name, Dimitri. Preferred name, Dimitri. Okay, so this is a path for a one-name celebrity in Excel with all the girls, right?
Well, it's Russia. We need to be like grumpy, so.
All right.
Just professional.
All right. Thank you. All right. And Linus Leverage Lund, you started programming at age 12. What the heck does a 12-year-old program?
Well, we program games, of course.
Games. What kind of games did you program?
I can't even remember anymore, but it was fairly simple, I think.
Okay, but you started. All right, well, thanks a lot. Now, the athlete Wilhelm Gerritsen, real estate rock star Charlie Williams, Lionheart, Juan Lee, and the farmer Owen Auger. So Charlie Williams, what is a real estate rock star?
Well, you tell me. I suppose someone who works in private equity real estate. The only real estate person here. I guess not that big in the modeling industry.
Right. Okay. And this is interesting that you're the only person in real estate, and we've had a lot of outsiders. Like Anoop is a consultant, not a financial background. So this is really a rich group of individuals. Thanks.
Thank you.
Willem Gerritsen. Now you got here because you did a search for Excel Championship.
Yes, you do.
You're mighty proud of yourself. So what possesses somebody to do that? Well, why? Why that?
I had a little bit of time to kill, and I thought, well, what am I good at? I thought, well, Excel, maybe there's a world championship somewhere lying around in the world, and just Google it, and it existed. So I applied, and now I am in New York. That's cool.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? It's not bragging if you can back it up, right? And you did it. You did it, my brother. Juan Lionheart. So, can you tell us about this Lionheart, please?
I think it's probably because I live in Detroit, so that takes a lot of courage.
Yes, it does. And probably, pound for pound, perhaps the mightiest of all of the 16. Yes, to come here all the way from Detroit and survive. And you mentioned that you're one of few women working in industry, right?
Yeah, yes, there are. So the finance industry is predominantly men, so I'm happy to be a female here.
All right, don't mess with her cubs. All right. And Owen, you play jazz flute.
Yeah, that's right. I've been known to belt out a tune. Yeah, like to have more time for it these days, but I can do a pretty mean glissando if give me half the chance. Yeah.
Now, so have you integrated Excel in music at all in any way?
Oh, I think I've used Excel for a bit of made up some music puzzles in Excel actually, and used music font in there, did a bit of tweaking around there. Well, yeah, so there's definitely some crossover there.
Yes. So more verification that Excel can solve life's problems. All right, thank you all. And now, a video, and thanks a lot.
I don't know if it is my thing.
Is Excel my thing? That probably would have been when I actually had to use Excel.
When I was 15 or something like that? Got a lot of questions from my coworkers. So eventually I thought, oh well, this might just be quicker, just do a course on it and give it to everyone. I think that's when I realized it.
Not until I got the invitation to come here.
So most of the Excel skills I learned off others in my team.
Most of them, to be honest, just on the job, incrementally. If I saw someone else had done things in a way that I hadn't done before or didn't understand, I'd take the time to figure out exactly how it worked.
I suppose from just trial and error, I mean, the real trick is to have the tenacity of saying that I will figure out how to do this. I will not code around it.
All of my training's been on the job. I started work, I went through the office training courses, and then just learned through mentoring.
There's models that we design, which can then get updated, and then you can see how those models have been built, and then reapply those skills in future development.
Being curious, trying to find more efficient ways of doing stuff. A lot of Googling.
Five of them tied for last place. I mean, I've inherited loads that have just been no formatting, no clear logic, no labeling. I have no idea what they're trying to do.
I was working at a spreadsheet but that had links to a million other spreadsheets, and it was just great pain to work with.
I have this giant spreadsheet from way before that have formulas linked to all kinds of external sources that you have no idea of.
How do I pick?
That would have to be one where there is hackering in it. Those are impossible to check.
Oh, I won't say the name of the company but they should be really ashamed. It was a big mess with a lot of external links and well, I'm becoming stressful even thinking about it.
there was a LinkedIn discussion saying, can anyone build a poker game in Excel? So I went ahead and did that.
I have a passion for American football, that's NFL. I data mined sort of a few 100 million play-by-play data from NFL.com and I've tried to come up with some predictions for some of the games.
I made a dancing simulation, a Monte Carlo dancing simulation that was a chart essentially.
I think the most unusual thing I've ever built in Excel is to make beer labels for my hobby as a craft beer brewer.
Start doing things much simpler ways. I don't see how it will function.
Egos, reputations might become more important than they already are.
I think it'd be a much bigger demand for programmers.
I would say the world would be very chaotic. It's like you have to look at a target before you fire at it, right? And if there's no financial modeling, you are firing darts in the dark.
How would the world change? I don't think you should put any money into any investments after that.
I'd be okay with it. Might cost me a job though.
I believe a lot of people would start to think with their heads instead of their spreadsheets.
I'd now like to call upon Mr. Matt Porzio from Intralinks to share a few words.
Great. Thanks for the introduction, John. I'm Matt Porzio, Vice President of Strategy and Product Marketing with Intralinks. I want to explain a little bit why we're actually sponsoring this and a lead sponsor, flying people around New York in helicopters and whatnot. Intralinks, as some of you know, is a leader in content collaboration and file sharing, primarily for financial and strategic transactions. M&A deals, the alternative investment community, the loan syndication community lives on Intralinks. One of the reasons that we are sponsoring this is because I'm a former banker and I love Excel. Now, really, it's because Intralinks is connected to this industry. In my 12 years, I have seen at least 1 million spreadsheets and financial models shared across all the Intralinks strategic transactions that have been done. Many of you have probably worked on models that have ended up on Intralinks, and some of you have actually been on the system executing transactions yourselves. So I'll share a little story about why I was so passionate when John and Johan approached about sponsoring this event. And it's really because of my background. When I was an investment banker, I joined a bank called First Union down in Charlotte, North Carolina in 1998. I did it as a history major out of Colgate University. I had never seen Excel. After 6 weeks of training, I sat down in a room with my managing director, former Kidder Peabody managing director standing behind me, and was forced to build a waterfall merger model without a mouse, fully formatted, in about 35 minutes. Probably nothing compared to what we've seen in this competition, but it was something I was very proud of. And still to this day, I use Excel pretty much on a daily basis to model out our business and our strategy, but also my personal life, although my wife hates that. So what I want to do is leave you with a few thoughts about Intralinks, about the financial markets, and this competition and how it all ties together. Right now in the world, the deal-making world is extremely active. M&A has hit some of its highest peaks in a long time. That is really on the back of great financial analysis. Excel is powering a lot of the growth in the financial markets in the world right now. This competition and what we're doing here today is a testament to the tool, but also to the people that drive key decisions in the financial services industry. We're appreciative of the competition, but also all the work that everyone in this room takes part in on a daily basis. So with that, I want to actually have some fun and do a little bit of a raffle here for, I think, 3 Beats headphones, what we're calling model Beats here. for the crowd, anyone who signed up. But again, we really appreciate the sponsorship. We look forward to more years and more competitions. This is a great way to really highlight and prove out a skill set that I think is very important and that the world thinks is very important. So Kara, could you come up and we'll do a quick drawing. Arjun Mishra. Arjun?
We'll post it.
All right. You don't have to be here to win, I guess. Adam L. Ansari. Adam? 0 for 2. All right.
They might be watching on the live stream.
Okay. All right, let's see if we can get one in the room. Todd Ballin. 0 for 3. I'm glad my financial models work better than our drawings. Thank you all, and I now look forward to the rest of the program. Thank you.
Hello again, everybody. Okay, now's the fun part. Now's the live challenge where we get to see what these finalists can do. So earlier on this afternoon, they were split up into 2 groups of 8. If I can ask the first 8 to get up and get situated at your desk while I introduce what's going on. So this is a Excel Golf challenge. Sorry? You good? Okay. Excel Golf as in solve the task in the fewest strokes, keystrokes in this place. It's a shortest formula challenge. If we go to the next slide, we'll see an example. And so we've built a few questions that will look like, in this case, they're given some data and there's about 20 columns in this question. I've just seen 3. And their task is to write a formula here in this yellow cell that just references these cells up above, which have some shopping list items, and a single formula which will be able to extract all of those numbers and add them together. And here, these are just sort of reference things that help with the automatic marking and so on. And they've got to do that in the shortest they can. And here, as a question design team, we put these together, myself, Joe McDade and Alex Gordon. And this is what we came up with. And it turns out, actually, that this can be made a little shorter. In some computers, the 1+ isn't necessary, and in others it is. And we think it's to do with the currency settings on the computer, but not important. So that's an example of what these guys are going to be doing. 7 minutes they'll have for the challenge. 8 people individually. Then the top 4 are going to advance to a final. We're going to see the other 8 finalists come through. They're going to do a different challenge. The top 4 of them will advance to the final. And then we'll have our 3rd challenge, which will have the 8 finalists. New question again, a bit harder. 9 minutes for that one. And we'll be seeing who can do the shortest, and we'll have some prizes, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So we'll put the question up that they're working on when you can see. So you can see anyone who's watching has a computer in front of them can try it as well. And, good luck to everybody. So finalists, have you all got the files open? You need the password to open it. Index match, all capitals, all one word, is the password to open the first file. So, open that up. As you saw earlier, you'll be needing to hit the start button. And is anybody not ready? We all good to go? Okay, so hit start. You've got 7 minutes. Good luck.
All right,
Johan, if you'd like to put the question up.
Can get up and see
everybody,
what the questions are doing.
Just give them enough space to work, but get up, walk around, have a bit of fun, be amazed at what they're doing. We're going to have Bill and Oz on the microphone. Talking through it.
But don't give answers across the room now.
Yeah, and don't be yelling at it.
Right.
And when we're done, we'll discuss some of the answers and see how amazing they were.
All right. So,
So the question's about to come up on the screen.
No solution yet on this end.
We have some people jumping in with a formula already. Some people are thinking about it. All right, we got the first function in there.
Okay. No answers yet, but they're working hard. Oh, excuse me. To see. Yeah.
As soon as we get the question up there, I'll explain what we're trying to do.
Okay, so we do have a formula here.
Okay,
All right,
so the question's up on the screen now.
There you go. Given the first date in the month, write a single formula to return the date of the first Sunday in that month.
Yeah. So
All right?
these yellow cells, they're all going to start at say 0 or just deleted, and you're writing something in those yellow cells. You can drag across.
Yep, and the spreadsheet is set up to where you can watch here to monitor how they're doing.
And the first date in the month.
And if they do find a solution, they may continue on to see if they can find a shorter solution.
That's a good point, Oz. What happens here, typically, the first way you think of, you put it in, if you like it, it works, and then you say, how can I make this shorter? And you look at ways to refine it.
We have formulas, but not a solution yet.
We got one that works on this
side.
side.
Yes,
I
got a
here.
solution. And it's
Nick Sanford has a solution.
It's 30 characters, and he's trying to do better.
So you got about 4 minutes and change left, everyone. See if you can make it any shorter.
Oh, we have another solution. This side, left side of the room.
19. We got a 19 over here, do we?
We've got formulas.
Wow, if you're really stupid, mine was 70 characters.
Now remember, there are 4 shorter solutions. We'll advance to the finals. So if you can't beat 19, don't give up. Maybe you can get next place.
Okay. Trying to make it shorter.
Oz, anything on that side?
Huh? Yep. We have somebody who's just trying to make it shorter.
All right.
Yes.
What have they got now, Oz?
He's let's see, excuse me.
So we have
30 characters.
That's pretty good.
30.
Yeah.
We had 22.
And you might see something that says single formula is yes, but solved no, meaning that it didn't work for all the scenarios going across, but it did work for at least one. Yeah. 26 down to 26.
26, that's well done. Who was that?
That is Mr. Clark. Charlie,
the
real estate rock star. See, the real estate rock star.
Top 4 advance, so keep going.
It's not a real estate question, but that's okay. Or maybe it's, when rent due. Rent due is the best Sunday of the month.
We've got 15.
No way.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Wow, give me a look at that.
Oh.
So we'll share these solutions.
We've got
in
a 19. We've got a 19.
Peter,
we've got a 19. We've got a 50.
Wow. Good luck.
Lord have mercy.
Got a 39. A 19.
All right. Al Chin is here from Key Cuts. All right. Say hello.
38. What's up? 39 and 38.
Hey. All right. Not much. All right.
Little under 2 minutes to go.
So you following what's happening? You are?
Yeah.
You work with Excel?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you work with Excel?
With my hands.
Oh, with your hands. Okay. All right. So Don Rickles is here, everybody.
236.
To all the finalists competing, remember your score because we're going to need to
26.
collect them all to see who did best. So a bit of self-reporting. Remember your score.
Here. Got the still. 15 is the lowest I've seen so far.
How much time is left?
Time left about a minute and a half.
Minute and a half.
Okay, 19 so far here.
How much time do they have in the beginning?
7 minutes in total.
Come on, Linus. No pressure, mate.
Okay, so we had a 15. Who had the 19s?
Over here.
Michael over there's got a 19. And Owen over the other end's got a 19.
Who had a 15?
Anything better?
Just a 15 so far.
Yeah.
Got 238. In the event of a tie for fourth place.
In the event of a tie, it's who got it quickest. The model also actually records how much time they took to get their answer.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
So far, 15 looks like
I think 15 is going to be the winner.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you 30 more seconds.
30
everyone.
seconds.
36.
All right.
Oh, 36 might put you in the running. 15, 19.
What's next best after 15, 19, 19?
19, yes.
24?
Yes.
Anyone got between 19 and 24?
No.
I'm going to
Not on this side.
see. Got a 24 and a 62.
So you need to beat 24. Okay, stop, everyone. Thank you. So,
yes.
I've got Peter at 15, Michael at 19, Owen at 19, and Charles Williams at 24. Anyone could beat 24 that I didn't name? No.
What do you have, Owen?
Yeah, okay. You four will be advancing to the finals. Well done. To those at your computer, can you close it down, get section question 2 ready to open, waiting for the password, and can the other 8 finalists please step up? Now, you'll see on the board is the 22 character solution that the question design team came up with looking at it. So this was based around the mod function. Dates are stored as numbers, relying on the fact that Sunday 1 January 1900, as far as Excel is concerned, was a Sunday. It actually wasn't, but that's another story. We could just take what is the date, mod 7, and that'll sort of tell us what day of the week it is, and do some work around that. The better solutions all took the same sort of broad approach, but did it more efficiently. You can see also a 24 character one using the weekday function. So,
Dan, can the 15, whoever had 15, can they
Peter
explain,
Suen, 15.
Can Peter explain how his was different than yours?
I don't need the second mod function.
Peter says I don't need the second mod function. There we go. And maybe you got to change a few ones or pluses or minuses, but he's found the way to make that more efficient. So I'm sure at some stage we will post up publicly the best solutions for these. Okay, is everyone ready for round 2?
We're missing a finalist on this side.
Are we missing a finalist? Well, I guess they're at a disadvantage then. Okay.
All right.
So, open up the round 2 workbooks. The password is Alt-ESV, all one word, all capitals. ALTESV. Anyone knows what that does? Paste special as values, that's right.
Alt-ESV.
ALTESV is the password.
Yep.
Okay.
ALT.
So, you're about to hit the start button. I will start the clock in 3, 2, 1. Hit start, 7 minutes. Good luck.
Here we go.
And we'll get the question for you up on the big screen in just a moment.
Alt-ESV. Oh, we had some people with password issues.
Yeah,
started late.
There we go. The question's up. So a bit of teething issues because people are using laptops that aren't their own.
You're not in yet.
We can't find a file over here. Joe or somebody?
Okay. We
put in the wrong password. Now we can't find the file.
Okay.
Yeah, we're having issues over here. Yeah. Dimitri? Okay, good. Okay.
It's all caps. ALT, ESV. There you go.
So this challenge, you can read what you're doing. You got a column of numbers, and you first got to say, well, is the number odd or even? And if it's odd, I want to take the first digit of the number. If it's even, I want to take the second digit. That's going to give me 4 digits, and then I want to add those together and get an answer.
All right, so far no formulas, no solutions. Oh, we do have a solution here. 63 characters so far. All right, so what brings you here?
I like Excel.
Okay, all right. And how do you work with Excel in your work?
I'm a financial analyst.
Okay, all right, cool. All right,
quick note
is this your first model off?
It is, yes.
Good.
We have a solution over here, 61 characters.
61 character solution off the bat. That's good. I think that can be improved upon. Quick note to the finalists. As we explained earlier about the time taken, auto recording, it's got that little bug that happened earlier. Everyone else, don't worry about that. In the event we get a tie for 4th place, there's ways we can get access to that information to determine who did best. Hopefully it won't come up. So just ignore the time taken metric.
And so far, of the 4 on this side of the room, we've got 1 solution, and 3 don't have a formula yet. We do have another solution.
How long, Oz? How long?
Right.
3 minutes are down. You got 4 minutes to go. You want to be getting your first solution in pretty quick, and then have a couple of minutes to see if you can improve it.
We have a 56 from India.
56 from Anoop. Well done.
How you doing? How long? 156 is a new record.
That can be made better. 156.
At least it works.
It works. That's right. That's a good start. It's better than a no result. But I have faith in my finalists. I think whoever did that is going to improve it.
The defending world champion.
Certainly she will.
No pressure. Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
How else are we looking?
58 characters for 1 solution.
Oh, we have a 55? 55. 52. So we have a 52 and a 55.
And a 58.
And 134,000. That's a good idea.
It's odd.
How are we doing for time? 5 minutes down, 2 minutes to go. What sort of answers have we got, Oz?
We have a 58.
Who did that? Pyramid over there, 58.
Yes. 56 now.
56. Bill, you got anything better than 56 over that side?
I think we have a 55 over here. 55.
And who is that?
Hang on. Who has 55?
Well, let's verify that.
Oh, 52.
52?
52 from Anoop.
We got a 50.
From Anoop.
50 on this side.
89. 52.
Who's the 50, Oz?
Here. Yes, Joseph Lau.
Joseph Lau.
We've got a 50. 50. We've got 2 50s.
You got another 50. All right.
50s everywhere.
350.
Anoop's at 50. Joseph's at 50. Who was the other 50 Oz? Was it Diarmid improving?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a fourth person that's got an answer there they're happy with?
No, not yet.
It's all Anoop, Diarmid, and Joseph right now.
Dan, how did the design team, what's the lowest you know of?
We did sub 50.
Under 50. Well, yeah.
Less than a minute to go.
Less than a minute.
You'll see our answer in about a minute.
Seconds.
1 minute.
Oh, yes. Next year we'll make everyone use foreign keyboard.
30 seconds. Need a fourth person. There's a spot in the finals. Up for grabs. Alvin's got a 53. So right now we're at Anoop at 50, Diarmid at 50, Joseph at 50, Alvin at 53.
Yes.
Yell out at me if you can beat that and I didn't announce your name. 5 seconds.
Looks like
4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you. Stop. So, Anoop at 50, Diarmid at 50, Joseph Lau at 50, Alvin 53. Is there anyone who wants to lay claim to a better spot? No, well done. Congratulations to those 4 gentlemen.
All right.
We had our final 8. You will be back very soon. So, can I just ask, while we look up the 35 character solution of the question design team, can Peter, Michael, Owen, Charles, Anoop, Diarmid, Joseph, and Alvin please situate yourself at a computer? Peter, Michael, Owen, Charles, use your own. Anoop, Diarmid, Joseph, and Alvin, please find one of the vacant computers and get question 3 loaded and open up. So, this solution, very quickly talking about it, it's what we call a single cell array formula. That's what the curly brackets mean. I won't describe exactly how it's going on, but Patrick, doing the question on pen and paper, our esteemed judge Patrick O'Byrne essentially came up with this approach as well. And it's really just looking at the mod function. Mod 2 says is the number odd or even. The mid function says I'm going to rip out a character. And I'm either going to rip out starting at the first or starting at the second, depending on the mod function. And I'm going to rip out one character in both cases. And then the sum function adds it all together. And the rest is just managing syntax to get something Excel is agreeable with. And that's what we came up with. Okay, so this is the finals. 9 minutes for this one. It's a little bit harder, and I think there's a lot more different approaches. So we'll have a good scope.
All right.
Everyone on this side is ready with the password?
Everyone on that side. The password is XFD. All capitals.
XFD. XFD. Last column in Excel. All caps.
Now, why XFD? Everyone here knows, right? We're all Excel nerds. It is the final column of the spreadsheet in Excel 2007 and later.
Are we getting this up on the screen?
Yep. So, Johan and Kiel, if you get question 3 when you're ready on the screen. Is everyone ready from the finalists? Sorry? Yeah? Yeah, they can start? Cool. Okay.
Right.
Finalists, good luck. 9 minutes. You may hit start and begin. And the question's up on the board now for everyone else. Now, while you're working, I'm just also going to talk through what this one's meaning because, admittedly, it's not worded the best. You've got on the left-hand side an end date and a duration, and you could think of this as being it could be, a loan that ends on a certain date, had a duration, so the duration starts before. All on the top, we've got a regular stream of quarters, and we need to write a formula in one cell that we can drag down, drag across, and that formula is going to tell us 0 if we're not yet reached the end date or after the end date. Sorry, not yet reached the duration start or after the end date. Otherwise, how many periods are left? So you'll see this first one. Something that ends at December 13 and lasts for 1 year. It obviously has to start March 13 because we're going to have 4 quarters then, 1 year. March 13, June 13, September 13, December 13. The answer it's expecting, as you can see down here, is 4, 3, 2, 1. That says in March 13, 4 quarters to go. December 13, I'm in my last quarter, and after that, all zeros. If you look at third one.
We've got 2 formulas in progress on the left side.
That's good. Third one ends December 17, last 3 years, so it's got to start just after December 14. And you'll see here, it's all zeros up until just after December 14. We get our first non-zero because it's now commenced, and it's 12 because it lasts for 3 years, which is 12 quarters.
Oh, we have a
First one starts at 12. We have a solution over there.
53 from Jim.
How long?
53.
53 solution over there.
And we've got one formula over here.
53 from Diarmid. He's killing it.
58 seconds, 53 characters.
Well done.
1 character a second. Of course.
Now you got about 8 minutes left to try and improve that, Diarmid, in case someone else overtakes you. There's prize money on the line here. The top 3 place getters will be paid cold hard cash, which is in envelopes in my pocket right now.
Unmarked.
Well, hang on. Let me just decide how much they should get. No. Envelope 1 for the winner. Envelope 2 for second place. Envelope 3 for third place. Trophies as well. $500 the winner. $300 for second. $200 for third. That'll buy some nice drinks tonight.
We've got 2 formulas, no solution.
Well, that's to be improved upon.
Very helpful.
So we're looking for one formula. We'll start by writing in the top left yellow cell. We then have to drag that same formula all the way across, all the way down. And if it satisfies those criteria and gives us all our expected answers, we will see on the left-hand side here, this will get updated and tell us, yes, we've got a winner.
If we get only one person who solves it, do they get all 3 trophies?
I don't know.
Yeah, right.
No, I mean, Bill, you got an answer to this? Maybe you get some money.
No, I couldn't understand the question.
Just 2 formulas so far.
1 solution so far.
53 characters.
There's money on the table waiting to be taken.
Oh.
It's okay. This one we gave him 9 minutes. It's hard, you know.
Okay, so we've got a 67 here.
Excellent. Excellent work. And who was that? Was that Joseph again? No.
Is Charlie.
Charlie.
We know there'll be a second place.
We have a second place. We need one more winner, and then at least we can give away our money.
So we've got 3 formulas out of 4 and 1 solution.
While we're waiting on this, someone did ask me a little while earlier, how does this relate to financial modeling? And look, admittedly, we're in a financial modeling competition, and this, in its current context, is not traditional financial modeling. However, it tests a valuable set of Excel skills. It tests your ability to understand some problem solving faced with a situation you haven't seen.
And we have a solution.
We have a solution.
76.
76, well done. Who was that?
76.
That was from, I can't quite see, Michael. Good work, Michael. So we have at least 3 place getters. That's good. That's 5 and a bit minutes gone. You got about 3.5 minutes left.
A solution with 70 here with Joseph.
Well done. So yeah, as this relates to financial modeling, they test your Excel knowledge, knowing the different functions you can use, how to use them. If you've got the skills to do this well, you're going to have the skills to help you find the best solution, whatever that may be. And I'm not saying shortest is best, but it is evidence you know you've got a lot of tools in your toolbox, more tools than the next guy, and you can wield them better. And that's going to carry on when you're in a traditional financial modeling environment to help you decide what the best way to model a problem is. And So it's a bit of fun as well. These guys have been doing serious financial modelling all morning in closed doors, one level down, and this is a chance for them to, now they can be a bit more relaxed, have a bit more fun. So we got 4 people so far of answers. Diarmaid's still in the lead, followed by Charles, followed by Joseph, followed by Michael Clark.
We got our 67 here. 70.
We are 6.5 minutes down. 2.5 to go. A little under 2.5 to go. There's room for improvement in all of them.
And 68.
Who was the 68?
68 is
Michael again. Michael's got into the top 3 with that.
Oh.
Joseph, you need to respond. 2 minutes to go. Their answer that came in less than 1 minute has still not been beaten 7 minutes later.
So who has that one?
Not for this.
Jim. Yeah.
Bill.
57, right?
Who had that one?
That was
Diarmaid had that.
Diarmaid. 65 over here with Michael Clark.
Oh, Michael just keeps refining. He's moved up to 2nd place with that.
Oh.
Charles had a 67 and Michael overtook him. Need to respond, Charles.
We only have one answer on this side.
Oh.
Yeah,
we've got 3.
The west side of the room is not really holding its own, but they do have the champion of this challenge.
Yeah, you can apply it.
Less than a minute, guys. Give me about 40 more seconds.
52. We have a 52.
Down to 52. You've gone from 53 in 1 minute to 52 in 8 minutes. I like that. I'll come back tonight and maybe 48, 49 you'll have for me. It's marginal returns. The better your answer is, the more effort to get slightly better results.
Oh, we have a 71.
71? Well done. Who was that?
Anoop.
Anoop, well done, mate. Well done. Anoop. 10 seconds, guys. 5. I think we've got our top 3. 2 seconds, 1 second. Stop work. Well done, everybody. Relax. Johan, if we can get back to the PowerPoint slide and we'll show our answer. So the winner was Diarmaid with a 52-character solution. Our question design team tackled this one as well. And our answer is pending. 36. 36 we did this in. This looks a little weird, and I'll confess here, you start with 365 because you're counting the number of days in the year, or the number of days between your target date and your end date, divided by 365 to convert it to some years, because you need to measure the duration against the years. And then there's a bit of tweaking because leap years cause you grief and stuff. So I tried 360, it works. No, it counts by the day. So it compares the day up the top to the exact date here. It counts the days. And it works. Anything between 362 and 336 here by trial and error will actually work. I just said I need a bit lower than 365. Let's try 360. And yeah, it's readable. And one of my favorite things about this, and I'll just speak to it very quickly before we give the trophies out, is it's a nicer way of doing what we call Boolean logic. In Excel, often people write if, and they'll do some condition that's either true or false, and then if it's true, they'll give an answer. If it's false, they'll give 0. A much nicer way to do that is to sort of just do your condition. In this case, it's the F5 less than or equal to C7. Just do that, and then multiply that by your expression. The first condition will resolve to either true or false, 1 or 0. And so you still get the same result of if my test, my expression, or 0. It's much better to just have the expression multiplied by my test. Okay, enough of that. So we have our top 3. In 3rd place, Charles Williams from the UK. Come up here, get your trophy, get your money. Well done. Next, Michael Clark from New Zealand, who in the spirit of the competition, came up with an answer in the first round and then kept improving. 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round throughout the 9 minutes, if we use the golf analogy, and got to 2nd place on the leaderboard. Well done, Michael. And the winner, who really could have had the last 8 minutes off, relaxing, thinking how to spend his $500 for winning, Dear Medeli, superstar. Well done. And I will now, that concludes the live challenge. The contestants, now you can relax. There is nothing more you will be assessed on today. Enjoy yourselves, have fun, enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and I will hand over to the next segment. John, thank you.
I now have the pleasure of introducing Mr. Pavel Sabik from S&P Cap IQ to share a few words.
Thank you very much, John. Early evening, everybody. I'm from S&P Capital IQ, as you can see there. I do market development and thought leadership research for the company. And I want to talk about 2 main things today. One is the kind of innovation that I'm seeing in the marketplace when it comes to Excel-based companies, from startups to bigger corporations. And the second thing is neurological networks. Try and tie that into Excel, see how I do. So the first one, on the innovation front, what I'm seeing in the market, I want to name a few companies who actually started from the ground up using Excel and propelled into bigger companies across the industries, not just in finance. So let's walk over here and we're going to do wealth management. So wealth management, I don't know if anybody's come across, you need a budget. There's a guy, he started this company with 1 Excel file, be it macros and very sophisticated, far below your standards, of course, in this room, but still an Excel file, and essentially it does personal finance. Now it's worth $4 million as a single startup company. And he did that in a very short period of time. Let's go into music. Music, there is a company that's called So Far Sounds. They actually do small, intimate events in people's houses for unsigned artists across 80 countries in the world. The music fan over there is nodding his head. Now, what they use is Google Docs and Excel files to keep abreast of all of the artists that are coming up. So there's thousands of artists that they need to look at, to review, to make sure they're worthy enough of these intimate events. I myself actually do music reviewing for them and have the privilege of looking at all of these artists. Now, of course, Excel or Google even came out with the announcement that they're going to now edit, you'll be able to edit Excel within Google Docs. Now, that's a whole separate discussion, but that's what they're using. Another friend of mine started a company with another one of his buddies from university by looking at default data for corporations since 1990 and then manually inputted them in an Excel file. Launched the company in 2008, 18 years of default data for corporations. Sweet. They've got 3 clients that just started, legit company. Style Research, one more for you guys. Style Research literally used Excel files to do morning style or Morningstar type analysis. They're based in London. And they used all these widgets in Excel to look at portfolio optimization, portfolio analysis, style drifts. It was all in Excel, and I used them when I was in State Street. I actually worked for a sovereign wealth fund, one of the largest in the world, and they used them to do style analysis. Now, if you look at their website, they look really fancy. But when they first started out, it was Excel. Not to say that Excel isn't fancy, of course, but you know, they've kind of PR'd that very, very well. And so what I'm seeing more and more in the marketplace is these small innovations when it comes to Excel, something that's seemingly quite a simple thing. You know, Excel, it's part of a Microsoft package. You have PowerPoint and all this kind of stuff. But actually, it's kind of like Excel, depends on, I should really know my audience. Excel is God. Excel is key. Excel definitely is the fundamentals to finance and becoming more so in other industries as well. And so how did this innovation come around? Well, that's where I go to neural networks. So I'm only briefly going to go back to 16th and 17th century when the scientific revolution started. Copernicus said that the sun revolves around the earth. Galileo later on confirmed that. Now, why was there such a scientific revolution in that era? It's one fundamental reason. If you read the economics, and if you read all this history, it's the networks that they have there. It's the networks in Western Europe in particularly, just like the neural network, where we have a lot of clusters of neurons and synapses together that can work together and innovate and challenge one another to progress ideas. If you look at Western Europe, 350 million people is the densest population or network in the world. Now you can argue China, but America, for example, 315 million people across a vast, vast land. I keep on saying this isn't a country, this is a continent every time I go from Miami to SF and what have you. But these neural networks, these dense population neural networks, allow innovation, competition, of course, which is very similar to what we have today in this room. And linking the previous examples of these companies with the kind of brain power that we have today when it comes to modeling, that's something that's fundamentally so important in finance and other industries. It's fantastic to be in this room and to see how that's going to progress. From last year, actually, John, I mean, it's like you've doubled in size over 1 year. And I can see a lot more people here. There's a lot more attention put on this. And I think the network is growing, is becoming denser, and the neurological network is increasing, and therefore innovation is going to come along. And John and I just had a quick conversation. He said the standards just keep on going up. So I think it's a privilege for S&P Capital IQ to be in this neural network. I have the pleasure of working with Keel over there. He knows his stuff, he really does. And just pass it off to him, and can you do this stuff for me? But I just wanted to say it's congratulations to everybody for being in part of this kind of very important fundamental movement, if you like, within finance, within other industries. It's a pleasure to sponsor this. It's a pleasure to speak here. And good luck and congratulations to whoever wins. Maybe it's going to be second year, right? No? You don't think so? No? Okay. Well, thank you very much, and again, good luck.
I'd now like to call to the stage Mr. Michael Pamplet from the Microsoft team, and Joe, to come up and share a little bit about the partnership, and actually share a very exciting video that I had the privilege of seeing a couple of days. This has never been shown anywhere online. This is the first time it's been seen in the world, so it's very exciting. Michael, I'll pass it over to you.
Absolutely. Thank you. So my name is Michael Pamplet. I am the product marketing manager for Excel. Pretty exciting role. Really excited to be here. This is Joe Cherloff, who is one of the leading program managers on the development team. So he drives design and development for the Excel product. And we are here hailing from Redmond, Washington. So the campus is our playground, and we're very happy to be here with you. On behalf of Microsoft, we just wanted to formally welcome you to our newest facilities in New York. This is our Times Square offices, so this is also an exciting time for Joe and I to be here because we've never been here as well, but we've noticed that this is just a fascinating place to be. This is our customer welcome center, and so this is where literally thousands of customers probably every week come to Microsoft to learn more about the innovation that we are dreaming up. So welcome. We wanted to talk a little bit about the experiences that we've had this week with the 16 finalists in the ModelOFF community. Being with John and with Johan and his team has been just a fascinating experience. And being with the 16 finalists, we've had about a few of our development team here to really engage with them and really understand more about how Excel is important in this community, and also how what we do in terms of developing and designing the product every day really impacts the type of problems, real-world problems that this community addresses every day, which is, we understand, mission critical. And so we really take this commitment to engaging with this community very seriously, and we're just really excited to be here and learn more about what Excel means to you and how we can develop the product further. And of course, it wasn't just all serious conversations. I'm sure the finalists will tell you that. We had a good time with them, a little bit of some drinks and some jovial times as well, just to kind of learn who they are. You know, we're all people. And so it's been a big morale booster for us as well. All of them have these t-shirts, and so we're just kind of being models right now just to show you that when you go home to your respective areas, finalists, make sure that you wear your t-shirt proud, because you truly are what we consider the best and the brightest Excel users. So we just want to talk very briefly about another experience that we've had in terms of our relationship with ModelOFF. This year, well, we've been working with ModelOFF for the past 3 years, but this year we really want to do something new, something innovative, something that we just haven't done before with this community. And so just putting my head together with my team, with the ModelOFF team, Johan and John, we decided what's the best way to really engage in a new way with this audience than to just invite them home with us. And so we decided we'll bring a few of the ModelOFF Gold Class members to Redmond, Washington with us for a few days to engage with the entire product team. And the type of models that the people that came presented to us really blew us away. We just have not really had this amount of exposure to the type of problems that your community solves, and it's really opening our eyes. And I promise you that this type of feedback and this type of experience is going to be fed into the way in which we innovate for the next Excel in Office. So I know that I'm saying a lot, and I'd love for you to actually hear directly from some of the people who came to visit us in our backyard in Redmond, Washington. So we'll go ahead and show you a quick video.
I'm kind of a geek, you know, so I really like computers, but I had never really used Excel seriously until I joined the corporate finance practice of Deloitte. And very quickly I realized everything that you could do, and ever since that one, I never looked back.
I think I was driven to excellence in Excel because I realized I could make a career from this. It was a tool that I understood and felt comfortable using. I think people have a lot of misconceptions with Excel. They think it's very complicated and difficult to use and can't really see any reason to use it in their day-to-day lives. Over a period of time, you find little by little that there's more and more to the product.
It's funny, I think a lot of people end up looking at Excel and just seeing a spreadsheet tool, but really I think of it as a storytelling technique.
Once I started using Excel properly, I realized the breadth and the depth of the product meant that there were very few problems that couldn't be solved with it.
Users do all kinds of things with the product we would never have expected, and it really helps us be inspired by the user and figure out, wow, this is something that people are really passionate about. One thing that has really changed since I've been working at Microsoft is I've seen us do more of this research. Without user feedback, we couldn't make a great product. We couldn't innovate for the future. We couldn't evolve. Today's definitely a celebration of our users, and the Excel team is really excited to find out what their feedback is.
ModelOff's an international finance and Excel competition attracting some of the best and brightest finance, investment, banking, and numbers professionals and students from around the world. The value of the event that we're having here this week is that a number of the ModelOFF participants can come to Redmond and for their own eyes get to understand the ideas, the personalities, the people, and the tools that are going to help shape their decision making in the future.
This is really awesome. It is an honor to be here. I'm really grateful to Microsoft, of course, but also the ModelOFF guys that pulled it off.
It's definitely exciting to be here. I feel like this is like my dream to almost conquer in a sense, just because I deal with Excel so much. It's really refreshing to work with other people who are also attending this event. Coming here and be able to meet the developers, have them actually listen to what we are thinking about how to use Excel in different ways. Seeing those different perspectives helps weigh in on how I'm going to go forward and build models in the future.
I appreciate the opportunity to be here and talk to the people at Microsoft that actually program Excel, that determine what features go in, that I can help to shape in which direction it's going to go.
I think it's just great to be invited into the Redmond experience. I think I owe part of my career to Excel just because that's what I do, and there's a lot more agility and a lot more interaction and transparency between the users and the dev team to be invited to Microsoft campus, and it's like going back to the mothership.
This event is an example of our commitment to users because these are the power users. These are the ones who are day in, day out working on the product. They're the experts. This is what they do. This is their passion. And seconds really matter to these guys. So if there's a problem somewhere in our product, they're the ones who are going to know where it is and what's really wrong with it, and they're going to be honest with us.
Microsoft's actually one of the top 10 big data firms in the world, and particularly strong in the visualization space and also the business intelligence space. And I think one of the parts you're going to see Excel evolve in the future is towards that real confluence between the numbers and Excel and also the data capabilities that Microsoft has natively.
Here at Microsoft, we have a renewed energy towards bringing in people, bringing in their feedback. We're trying to be more agile, we're going at a faster pace and doing more planning, and we're looking farther ahead.
It's really exciting to be invited here to Redmond to talk to the team so that I can feel part of what's going to happen with Excel in the future and that my input is taken seriously by the guys who are actually building the product.
Microsoft is already on the right path to asking its users what we want. Me being here and being able to talk about the features that I would like to see that would be useful to me is already more than just one step in the right direction.
All right. So, thank you, and thank you to the ModelOFF team, the ModelOFF community, for giving us this rich and unique opportunity. And this will certainly not be the last time that we endeavor in this type of engagement. This is what customer engagement and ongoing learning is going to look like for our team moving forward. So this is our commitment to learning more about this audience and making sure that Excel, the next version of Excel, is not just solving the current problems for you, but also helping you to look forward into the next problems that you'll be dealing with in the world. Thank you.
I had the privilege of being there, and it was that was an exceptionally well-run event. And the ModelOFF Gold class, it focuses on the top 10% of the ModelOFF community. So obviously, clearly, the top 16 performers of the competition are in Gold class, but also the top 10% across the round 2 participants are recognised in the Gold class. And Microsoft put on the Gold class service for the community, and we're incredibly appreciative. And they're particularly interested in the community that pushes the limits of this product. Both technically and conceptually, and we're very appreciative of their involvement, and I think Michael's done a great job since he's joined the team, and Joe as well, so it's terrific. I'd now like to call upon Mr. Alex Gordon and the judges to share a little bit more about the finals challenges of today, and then we'll get on to awarding the awards and close out today. So the judges would like to come up, and Mr. Alex Gordon is around. There he is.
Yeah.
Alex was actually, incidentally, if you didn't know, Alex was the inaugural Financial Modelling World Champion in 2012, and Dan, who was up here and enjoys watching the finalists in a little bit of pain, Dan was actually second place in the first ModelOFF as well. So Dan and Alex have a deep history, and no, we're just delighted to have you on the question team with Joseph McDade as well.
Fantastic, thanks John. Yeah, don't know that I've bet Dan since, unfortunately, but you know, I'll take that one. That's okay, I'll go. So just wanted to tell you a bit about what we did with the finalists today, the pleasure we put them through. So we had 4.5 hours of testing actually, across 3 sections. And so that the challenge we did just before sort of doesn't form part of the winner. The winner was determined behind closed doors this morning. And one of the things that we can't do in the online rounds is test some of the really creative stuff, right? We've got to mark 4,000, so it comes down to some multi-choice questions. What we get to do in the live finals is test some creativity and some subjective elements. So what we did this year was we had a retirement scheme, and we gave some basic calculations, but the idea was we wanted the finalists to build a creative interactive tool that could really present visually and be, do some good visuals, be really interactive and help convey this scheme. And our wonderful judges had a look at that, and what did you guys think? How'd they do?
Yeah, I think in general everybody did a really great job. Because the question was so open-ended, people approached it in a million different ways, and you could tell that people put a lot of thought into it. And yeah, it was really great. A few things that I saw that were really cool were people went kind of one step further into the analysis. So instead of just projecting out what might be your retirement income at a certain age, they said, hey, given inflation, this is what the dollars that you're earning in 50 years might look like in today's dollars. So it showed you, oh, if I have $900,000 in 20 years, that might only be worth half that at that time. So that was really great. Yeah, it's it for me.
Cool. And Patrick, was there anything in particular that you saw there that you weren't expecting or that really wowed you?
Well, the nice thing about it is, as you said, people who put themselves in the shoes of the users of this. After all, this was concocted to be a product, an application that somebody could use to show to an investor taking part in the pension scheme what things would be like. So people actually thought through how easy this could be to use. Some had solutions that were very techy, and I was trying to work out what the heck this thing was doing. Others made it easy for me. Perhaps a bit more realistic for me than for most of the others here, but I certainly was very interested in some of the solutions.
Fantastic. And one of the other things we did was we had a maze question. Now, I know, Patrick, you had a go at this maze question. Did you? No, you don't. You're not looking like you want to say anything about it. Tough.
I did. I also did round 1 and 2, and I have huge respect for the people who got through to the finals. By God, that tough stuff. Stuff was tough. And the great thing about the maze problem was, if you had let me do that in VBA, I could probably have hacked it. But doing it in formulas just did my head in.
Yes. Cool. Thank you both very much, and thank you for your judging today. It was fantastic. And we have Bill, who wasn't here. So, cool. Thanks. So yeah, Bill Jelen, Mr. Excel himself, was also a judge, but he's had to run off, I think. He had a flight to catch. So now I've just got a few photos to show you of some of the adventures that the finalists have been up to this weekend. Look out for yourself.
About the middle section, just maybe 30 seconds on that, because
that was only the largest part of today. Do you really want to talk? Okay.
Talk about that.
So that was the bit that was probably had the finalists pulling their hair out the most. So we had I don't know. Has anyone got less hair than they did before I started that? Oh, John. Well, no, that's not it. So we gave them a 2.5 hour challenge about an airline. So an airline in South America that flew 20 different routes, and they had to put together a full operations model, some working capital, P&L balance sheet and cash flows. And we did warn them before we started that we didn't think we'd given anyone quite enough time to get through. I have to say, I think people pushed us in terms of where we thought they'd get to. So fantastic job, guys. You did really well. And yes, some awesome pictures from this weekend. So this is starting off at our, the innovation session that was held on Friday night. So we had 5 or 6 speakers that sort of did 7+ minutes each on various on innovation in Excel and things that they find really cool. So that was so we had AMT training speaking there. So they showed us some cool ideas around self-referencing ifs that I haven't seen before. Joe, good shot, Joe. Always handsome. So it was a fantastic opportunity to hear some new ideas and sort of network with some others in the community. There's some quite cool Rubik's Cubes on display. We had a go at one of them. Oh, now this is cool. So Intralinks took the finalists up in a helicopter around New York. Which was an amazing experience. I'm a little jealous I didn't get that, but you know. Apparently it was an amazing trip. The pictures looked incredible. So, I mean, awesome work in Intralinks. That was such a cool thing to be able to do with the finalists. Johan to sort the weather out for next year. He's assured us he will. And then to give the finalists some chance to spend a bit more time together, they went down to the Chelsea markets and had a walk around. Then the Microsoft session. So this was talked about a bit earlier. This was a chance to get in and really talk with the Excel guys about the product. And this was a fantastic session. And you know it's fantastic when you set quite a long session to talk about something as in-depth as Excel and you blow that time by 50% without any problems. You've got people that are passionate about Excel and it being the best it can, and probably the people that plummet to the depths of what it can do, and some really fantastic conversations. Mr. Excel himself. So Joe showed us some cool things that Microsoft are doing around tablets and using Excel on tablets, which is really sort of a new way to use it, especially in terms of presentationally, thinking exec level interactive discussions. Here's it. You don't look stressed at all, Michael. That's not what we were going for. Alvin was caffeinating to get himself through. So we had all 16 in one room doing the finals this morning. It was fairly serious atmosphere. Quite a variety of setups. So we had everything from dual monitors to a Surface Pro to someone who brought their desktop in just for the occasion. Us. Cool. Thanks very much. I'll hand back over to you, John.
I think we've heard enough now. Now we just want to get to the awards. So now I'd like to come up to the stage, Mr. Andrew Bretschneider from Kaplan, to present the award for the top students at the competition. ModelOFF is a very large educational component, and to that we'd just like to recognise the top students, and we couldn't think of anyone else, more appropriate in the world of finance than Kaplan, and we're delighted to have you as a sponsor of the competition.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the introduction, John. My name is Andy Bretschneider, and I'm Director of Sales for Kaplan. Kaplan is an international company. We have 27,000 employees and do about $2.2 billion in revenue. A lot of people don't know that. My division, Kaplan Professional, focuses on the financial services industry and education within that spike, and we're proud to be sponsors and support ModelOFF. We provide content from hire to retire within the financial industry, and my particular flagship product is the Schweizer branded product for CFA. We're the leading provider for candidates struggling through the challenge of the CFA exam, and we're hoping to be able to assist you folks, many of you, in the future, in your future journeys. I'm here to present the top graduate and postgraduate student awards, and we'll start with the undergraduate student. And the envelope, please. David Loon from the University of Melbourne. I understand David is not here at the present time to accept the award, but David wins $1,000. Coincidentally, David actually is a returning champion, having won last year as well. A round of applause for David. And now for the postgraduate winner. The postgraduate winner is Blair Alexander from Columbia University. Is Blair here? Excellent. Blair also wins $1,000 and this wonderful trophy. Thanks very much.
It's no mean feat to come top student at ModelOFF, given that about 30% of the participants are from the students, so it's a really great effort. Now, I'd now like to call on Mr. Keeler France to present the third place winner.
Hello, everybody. We at S&P Capital IQ are very proud to be part of the ModelOFF competition since its inception 3 years ago. As head of the financial modeling team at Capital IQ, which builds over 7,000 models every year for our clients, I can really appreciate the level of skills that the 16 finalists in front of us possess. Now, in addition to the student prizes, there's only 3 prizes to give out. But when you have the top 16 people here, sometimes it's a little hard to find a winner. So it doesn't surprise me that there was a dead tie for 3rd place. So the 2 individuals will be sharing a 3rd place prize of $5,000 in total. And the 2 winners are Peter Suen from Clean Energy Finance. And Michael Clark from PricewaterhouseCoopers in New Zealand. Now we only have 1 lucite to give, so I'm just going to throw it up in the air, and whoever catches it can have it, but we'll get another one made for you. You guys got it.
I just heard Peter say they'll make another one. I'd now like to introduce Mr. Herman Nand from AMT Training to present the 2nd prize winner.
Hi guys, I'm Herman from AMT Training. So we are pleased to present 2nd prize in the 2014 Financial Modeling Off World Championships, and the winner of $10,000 is Alin Woon.
Congratulations, Alvin. Alvin last year at last year's ModelOFF actually came 3rd place. So 2nd place is 1 step up, and he actually became a dad just before last year's ModelOFF. So that's 2 great successes. So congratulations again, Alvin. Now there's only 1 prize left. The World Champion for 2014. Matt, it's appropriate that you present it, and congratulations to everyone who participated, gave it a real crack, and yeah, what a wonderful trophy as well. The dancing keyboard.
Now I get the fun job. So you guys sweating it over there? It's right in here. Before I give it out, I want to recognize again the ModelOFF organization and the 16 finalists. I think they all did an amazing job, and this is an amazing competition. Earlier this year in Melbourne, John and Johan tried to explain to me the passion with which people approach ModelOFF. Until being here today, I didn't really understand it, but I absolutely get it now. And so it's with great pleasure that I'm going to be presenting this trophy with this golden keyboard. And this golden keyboard does not have an F1 key. It does not. So one, and for our product management team back there from Excel, it won't slow these guys down if they accidentally hit it and launch that help menu. But 2, the person I'll be announcing doesn't need help as the world champion of the 2014 ModelOFF competition. So without further ado, let's get down to it. So this year's winner for first prize of the 2014 Financial Modeling World Championships, Diarmuid Early, Vice President at Deutsche Bank. Can you say a few words, Diarmuid?
Guys, thank you very much. This is
incredibly exciting. I didn't sleep last night because I was so wound up about getting stuck into this thing. It was a phenomenal experience, really glad to have done it. John and everybody else, thanks for organizing, and Alex, Dan, and Joe, thanks for some nightmares that will haunt me for months to come. I kind of told everyone after the experience last year where I blew up completely in the final that anyone who tells you they win this thing without getting really lucky on the day is lying. So with that, thank you very much.
And Dermot will win $30,000 cash prize. And it's great to see William Glass here as well, one of the great modelers of the world, who's been a finalist 2 years in a row here as well. One of Dermot's great friends to watch. We were talking about you last night, so it's great that you got to see him. I had the privilege of putting together the form guides. And I mean this on a serious note now, that we don't know a lot of the finalists from a bar of soap, and we just see what we see, and we have some fun with people's nicknames and things. But when I see a guy who used to work at Boston Consulting Group and now he's at Deutsche Bank, and when I see a guy turn around and we also run the Big Data Analytics World Championship, and when someone does as well as he did in the Big Data World Championship, a completely different field, you know you have probably one of the most special analytical talents in the world among us. And your wife is a very smart girl too at Boston Consulting. You'll have some smart kids one day if you have them. I truly believe you're one of the most blessed analytical talents in the world, and I said from the bottom of my heart, congratulations, you deserve it. Now just a couple of thank yous, and then we can all head off for a drink. So to the judges, thank you for your time and your commitment and your decision making today, because it's not easy when you're dealing with such elite talent who push the boundaries of their industry. It means a lot to us. To all our sponsors who have thanked ad nauseum today, it's important because you do make the competition possible and you do believe in the future of education and innovation in this industry. To the volunteers, are they here? Any volunteers? No volunteers? There's a few. Hands up. Come up the front just for a second so we can see who you are. Quickly. Just a big thank you to the volunteers because they don't have to be here, but it does make a difference. It does make a big difference in the success of the event, and they do a lot of important things going forward. Thank you very much. Cheers. To our friends from Excel TV who've come and supported us today, and also throughout the weekend, it means a lot. We look forward to supporting you on your continued journey. To the question design team who you've met today, Joseph McDade, Alex Gordon, Dan Mayo. If you were competing in the competition again, I think you'd be extraordinarily difficult to beat. It's amazing having you guys on board. I see you guys work. Alex worked till like 6 a.m. one morning getting these questions ready for you. He deserves to be a former world champion. And Alex and Dan and Joseph, it makes me really proud to have you guys on the team. It's an extraordinary privilege to work with the brain power and the integrity of you guys. It means a lot, and they take your competition very seriously, because it is your competition after all. And a big round of applause for the great questions they write and they give it out. To the Microsoft team for hosting us here today. It's fantastic. And the final thank you goes to a man who he's been behind the scenes, but maybe if Johan and Matthew can come up the front. Johan's actually one of the co-founders of ModelOFF and also all the World Championship League events. It's hard to believe he's only 29 years old. It's going to be a scary 30 or 40 years working with this guy in the years ahead. But it's a privilege to call you a business partner, Johan. You work hard, you listen, you're tenacious, you attention to detail, and you care, and that's important. So congratulations. Matthew at the back, who's supported us all year long, making the events possible. So without any further ado, we call today close. We thank everyone for everything. And we're now heading off to Iron Bar and Lounge, which is the corner of 45th Street and 8th Avenue, which is about 4 blocks away. So that's 45th and 8th, Iron Bar for a drink, if you'd like to come down for a complimentary drink and have a laugh and celebration. So thank you all for coming today on a Sunday. Cheers.